Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Karen. I am the everything here behind A Little Kinder on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Today we are script lifting. These are some of my favorite videos that I do, and this week we have a fantastic layout to lift. This one is by Lori, and I really loved the movement in this layout. Now I do turn it so that the center strip goes up and down instead of left and right, but I think that that's just the beauty of this design, is that it works both ways. Now, some of the products that I am using, I am going to use some Tracy Reed digital collection that I printed at my local copy store. And then these stamps, oh my goodness, these are my favorite new find. These are social paper and they are freaking fantastic. They are Disney themed. Sorry that you get me in the video here, but I'm trying to line up Versamark ink. And Versamark ink is more like a watermark ink, and you can see that here. It is very, very light. You can see it, and the longer it sits, the darker that it gets. So by the time this video is over, you can really see these, but when I was stamping them, not so much. So I have decided to do a dark pink, then a lighter pink layer. Then we're going to do that really pretty teal blue layer, and then the printed papers by Tracy Reed. I'm using my paper scuffer to rough up the edges. I just really like this look between layers. It helps give it some definition and some interest as you are looking at the layout layers. So we're going to get these all layered up. This one was a really quick layout to lift. Once I knew where I was going and what papers I wanted, this one really kind of zoomed together. So now we're going to talk about the circles. I had the brilliant idea to use this 3x4 card by Tracy Reed as the bottom left circle. And then I needed two more, and I wasn't really sure what to do. So I end up pulling that stamp back out, and we're going to add some stamped images. Now I am using some Stampin' Up! Ink in a color called Bermuda Bay, and I am using paper that matches. So when you get over to the final layout, they are not exactly the same color, but to be honest, it doesn't bother me. I really kind of like them together. So this pink piece, I needed my up and down border, and because of the way that these print, they're not 12 inches across. They're more like 11-ish, just short of 11, because my paper size is 11 by 14. 11 by 14, I think is what it is. So you do kind of have to think about when you printing these papers bigger than a 12 by 12 square, just so that you make sure that in the end you end up with a strip if you need 12 by 12 inches. So here I am cutting down our hero photo to fit on the edge of this 4x6 cut apart card. I just like that it brings in a lot of the colors of this collection. The light blue paper there is from the collection. When you see it in real life, it has a little bit of a texture to it, which is kind of fun. And it just, I don't know, for me, it just kind of pulls out that light blue shirt I'm wearing, which is the race day shirt. This was 1 year ago, so we are getting ready to race again at the end of this week. If you are watching this on the day it releases, yeah, we race again on Friday, so this is kind of fun. So I am creating some journaling places because I know that this circle that I have cut out is going to end up being where my title is. And then these little pumpkins that we're fussy cutting are out of what Tracy Reed calls the sticker collection. At this point, since I'm cutting them out, die cuts works for me, or cut aparts, but that's where they come from. She calls them the stickers, which is fantastic. And then I'm adding some little Mickey pumpkins that also came from social paper, just to help draw your eye around the page. You know, I can't get away with a Disney page without using some of my Disney punches, so I have punched some of those out so that we have those across the page. And then this is just kind of auditioning where I want things to go, sliding those circles in and out, adding in the Mickeys where I want them. I am using Doodlebug letters to put Run Disney Weekend 2023 on to our title circle that's going down here in the lower left hand corner. I do come back after adding Run Disney and decide that I need to add Weekend in 2023, even though it's very apparent to me right now what race this is. Later on, it might not be so apparent. So here we're going to pull out a pin. We're going to edge some things. This is another trick that I like to add dimension between layers. I am going to go ahead at this point and cut off all of the things that are hanging off. It just gives a little bit of a better visual as I'm trying to finish up where all of my embellishments are going to go. I'm going to pull this flag off of the bottom. I wanted to pull in just a touch more orange into this layout. I am trimming it down because I wanted that fishtail flag at the end of Weekend. So that was just a trick. If you have something that blunts out like that one did, if you come in and you can cut into it by doing a fishtail, especially if you cut or trim a little bit off. So here we're just going to add a little bit of journaling, some of my favorite things that we did during this race. And those are going to get added over to the side. I wish I could read what they're saying, but I don't remember, to be quite honest. Then I'm going to use liquid glue to stick them down. I'm sure it's something along the lines of Mickey's very merry, or not very merry, but not so scary Halloween party, days in the park, photo ops. Those would seem like things that I would put there. The last thing that I'm going to do is come back and add the 2023 just to give it that date. Add a few more lines, and then we're going to call this one done. I want to thank you so much for being with me today. Make sure that you check out everyone's layouts below to see all the different ways that you could lift this layout. Until we're together again, my friends, go make some memories. Bye-bye.